Hello guys, how are you doing? It's your homeboy Guy. How you guys are doing great? How you guys are doing fine? Myself, I'm perfectly fine. Let's try to have an old school video. Not old school, but old way of doing my video where I walk on the street and taking some image of the country to you guys while I'm also talking. Um, the reason of that is, I think I already highlighted several times, it's very hot right now in the Philippines. Sometimes you're reaching the 42 degrees, and that's one of the main reasons why I decided first to stop walking while doing my video. First of all, because my camera will not really support the heat. It's too hot. It's gonna turn off very fast. And the second thing is, it's simply hot, even for myself. I enjoy the sun, but right now, sometimes it's too much. And when it's too much, it's very difficult to walk and be focused and talk at the same time. Plus, look at the car. So many cars. So, better come to the park, walk around. Only when it's not too hot that I can do that. But if it's too hot, no, let's go this way. If it's too hot, I'm definitely not gonna go outside. So, um, okay, that's not why I did this video. It's just to raise a question that is also raised to me sometime. What are you doing in a third world country? Maybe I can sit down there. What are you doing in? Oh, let's walk a little bit, and then after that, I will sit down. Because anyway, this is where I run. This is where I run. So the question is, what are you doing in a third world country, right? Asking me that because for many people, they are considering the Philippines as a third world country or very poor country, right? So, well, basically, there's nothing to do here, right? Especially if you're trying to, uh, be successful, develop your life, build stuff, work, employment, make a life, make a living. It's not really the country that they're going to suggest you. So, the question I've been asked to me several times, what are you doing in a third world country? To my answer to this, and you can generalize it in several topics where people sometimes asking you, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Believing that there is no opportunity on this thing that you're doing, or there is no chance for you to succeed in this or that, right? From observation, there are a few reasons why people will say such. Sorry. There are a few reasons why people will say such kind of things. Sometimes because they are not well aware of, you know, whatever subject they are talking about. Here I'm talking about the Philippines. Most of people asking me that sometimes never step in the Philippines. They don't even do that much research about the Philippines. They just have, if I can say, an overview of the Philippines. Maybe saying that Philippines is a third world country, there's a lot of street child and poor people. Let's cross fast. I don't want to wait for a second round. So most of people will say that because they just do the research on the internet, saying to them that, okay, this country is poor, there's a high rate of unemployment people, there's a crime there and stuff like that, which is not necessarily wrong. Because if you tap on the internet, yeah, there is a high rate and unemployed people. The crime is also more likely there is. But there are countries where the crime is even worse than the Philippines. So it's not a specialty of Philippines. But still, they have a reason to tell you what are you doing there, right? Considering all this, why are you living in that country? You should probably go to a better country. Like, I don't know, I'm going to call some random country that they consider developed. Like US, France, Europe, America, even some in Africa. Why are you not going there, right? Also because they never really been there, but probably what they're reading on the internet saying that this country have a high rate of offering job and stuff like that. So they have some data. They are not saying that just from scratch. They also have some data. But just that probably they didn't dig too much. But what I want to highlight on my video is that regardless where you're going, regardless the country where you're going, develop or not develop, the more important thing that you probably have in your bag is your discipline. Regardless the country of your choice, regardless what internet will say, the more important thing that you will probably should have with you is a discipline. Why I'm saying discipline? Because without a discipline, whatever they are putting you in the most developed country of the planet, you are not going to do that much things. And vice versa. With discipline, whatever they're putting you in the most, I don't know, poor country, if you want to call it like that, because this expression of poor, it's something that we can develop also. What people means by poor. Is it, am I considered poor because I'm not driving a car, I'm not living in the mansion? Am I considered poor because I'm living in the province? I'm doing my little agriculture that's feeding me. Is that considered as poor? Do we consider poor as like monetary income, like material asset? Because I know a lot of people who doesn't really have a big earning, if you can say it like that. They don't earn 1,100,000 pesos monthly, but I think they don't consider themselves as poor because they're eating 3 times a day, they're sleeping, they can even uh, heal themselves with some traditional medicine, and they never ask anything to anyone, and they're very happy with a lot of kids there in their own province and small village. But some people will call them poor because, I don't know, they don't have aircon, they don't have car, they don't have a big house. But in fact, some of these people even live longer than the supposed rich people. So you still have to define what do we mean by poor. Because as long you have a bribe of happiness, you're happy where you are with what you are. I'm not sure if you're going to say that you're poor, but this is another topic. We can talk about it the whole day. So yeah, personally, when I went to the Philippines here, that's the same thing. That's the same thing that was also at a certain point taught to me. That okay, after playing basketball, there's nothing to do here. You just, you don't speak French, you don't speak any other language aside of English. Everything that is here as an opportunity, they will even look for themselves first to take it before looking for a foreigner. That's when you haven't do your research yet, and then when you are not inside the country yet. But once you are inside the country and start looking at the thing close, you just need a little discipline, and then you're going to find your path. For me, anybody can succeed anywhere. The only thing that is needed is the discipline. And that's why most of people sometimes, when they're saying that you cannot, it's probably because they don't have the same level of discipline like you. Because actually, if you have a same level of, see if they have a same level of discipline like you, then probably the judgment will be different. Some just don't, probably, let's say, some cannot stay without drinking 2 days. While maybe to reach a certain level, let's say, for example, you have to stop drinking. You should not drink. It takes discipline. Some will probably say, okay, in order for you to succeed in this environment, you need to run at least 1 kilometer every 2 days. It's a discipline, it's a commitment. Can you do it? No. Some will probably say, okay, in order for you to succeed here, you need to learn a new language. I don't know, maybe Arabic, Chinese, or any other language. Can you do it? No. So, because they are not able to do it, they will probably assume that it's not possible for you also to succeed there. But without considering that your level of discipline is not the same level of discipline like them. This is why I'm saying that do not really believe those things where they're saying that some countries are poor, you cannot find your path. I know a lot of people living in the Philippines, living in Africa, living in Europe, living everywhere in the world. With the right discipline, they never mind where they're living. They're always finding their path. And I also know a lot of people without discipline living in the most optimal environment, if I can say it like that. In a perfect environment where everything should be or seems to be easy for them, but they don't succeed just because of the discipline. So, to those who are asking me, what are you doing in a third world country? Well, Depends of a level of discipline that you have. If you are not a disciplined person, you better look for a country where things are way much easier for people without discipline. But if you have a right discipline, there is no more third world country or I don't know developed country. I know people in. I said that already earlier. I know a lot of people, even myself, not just because I'm in the Philippines. I was talking with my partner a couple months ago, and a week ago, and day ago again about it, asking me to go back to that we should move to Japan. And I told her that personally it's not something that I'm too much into, but because you have kids, eventually I will have to think of it, right? Because you have kids, it's something that I have to think of. But for a lot of people, they see Japan as a country where there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of job and stuff like that. Yes, that's true. But for me, if you have discipline and you learn something, you masterize something, there will be a value for that thing that you have learned wherever you are. I said in a previous video, you just have to understand first the country where you are, what they need, what you have to offer, bring them something on the table. Even if you go to the most shitty hole country that you think is a shitty hole country, you'll be able to find your path. I hope you guys were able to hear me. I'm walking there all over near the road, and there is a lot of car passing, but I hope I was audible. I wanted to do this video a little bit outside because at the same time it's not too hot, and it's been a while I didn't have that kind of this kind of video. Okay, I will leave you guys. I'm already in the park here where I'm supposed to run. Keep liking, keep sharing, more importantly keep subscribing. Be bala.